Hello, let's do Wordle for Sunday, November 30th. Yesterday we spun the wheel and it said to start with spark. Maybe it'll spark some ideas of what to do. All right, well, our spark was completely gray. So common letters that are left are T, L, N, and then we would like to use an E if possible. I like the L second. I actually like something like L and then N-E, and then we just won't use the T. Could use an I or an O. Is there a word like this? Clone. I actually kind of like clone. C is a good letter as well. Clone is all gray. Okay. Does this word have letters in it? Would be my question. We definitely want to use the T. We can use an I and a U if we want. I wonder if we're one of these like double I words, like I-I-T. I'm not sure. What do we want to do here? Is there like an IT? We can't do ITCH, but is there like a... Ooh, we could be the IT trap, actually. So what's left in the IT trap? Because we got to be careful here. White with the W. I don't remember what's been the answer before, but something in my mind's telling me it's already been white, but I'm not sure. This white is not like the color. This white is like the ghost. Tight. So if we want to test for tight, we have to put the T first. So tight and white. Fight for sure. Height is not spelled that way. Bite. Bite. Might definitely. Okay, these are the big ones. So, I mean, we got plenty of opportunity to just guess something with a bunch of these letters in it. If I can come up with a word. Maybe like a TWI word? I mean, we technically have 4 guesses. I could gamble tight, white, fight, might, but I'd rather reduce us by at least 1 guess by using 2 of these letters. Does TWI work? Or do I want to do like a... I mean, if I use the T, it has to be first, because we need to test if we start with T for tight. Or I could omit the T and just use like... just the WF or M. I'm wondering about ending in Y. Maybe that might help us. Like Miffy. I don't know if that's any good. Is there like... I think there's going to be a TI... I wonder if it would accept Timmy. F or W... I can't think of anything better than Timmy, which is kind of a weird guess. It wouldn't be an answer. But if it accepts it, then I'll take it. Oh, it doesn't accept it. Okay, you never know. A lot of names have like some alternate use that ends up being accepted. I know that won't accept proper names generally. So I need F or M or W. The other option is to do an ITTY word, because if there's 2 T's, it'll tell us, which is just as good as starting with T. So something, I don't think witty is spelled with 2 T's, is it? Is it spelled with 1 T or 2 T's? Let's try witty. All right. Okay, so we are not the IGHT trap at all. We end in Y. Uh-oh, okay. So we've got stuff like mummy left, right? So I should at least check for maybe starting with M. Like there's muddy. It's this UY kind of trappiness, and I've only got 3 guesses left, and I don't have any of the letters it uses. A hubby, like for husband, I doubt it. That would be an answer, but who knows? Is muffy a word, or I can't do funny. There's those muddy. There's mummy. There's muggy. There's muddy. There's muggy. Ah, shoot. Muddy, muggy, muddy. So it might make sense to use a G and a D if I can. I don't know how I could, but Dougie or something. Because that would tell me about muddy and muggy. Mummy is going to be tough to test for. I wish I could do UGGE, but I got it in Y in hard mode. I don't know what to guess here. Is bummy a word? There's muggy, muddy, mummy at the very least, but I'm concerned there's more than just that. So I don't want to just guess those three, but I think starting with M might be a good idea. You know what? Starting with M is a good idea. So, because if I guess something like muddy, then that also eliminates mummy or tells me it's mummy. Well, no, it doesn't. Because if the M is green, okay, it could be muggy or mummy still. So I don't know if that actually helps me. Dummy. Dummy might be good. Because dummy tells me whether it's muddy or dummy. I mean, obviously it tells me about dummy. It tells me if it's muddy or mummy. Or gummy. Oh, gummy's another option. And then there's muggy. So I could guess gummy as well. Shoot. Is this going to work out? I don't think bummy is a word. I'm a little bit worried here, but I think gummy or dummy are equally good here. I wish I could use all three of the letters, but I don't think I can. What about Gumby? I think that might be a proper noun. Does this work better? I mean, it tells me about gummy and yeah, it tells me about gummy. I don't think the B is all that helpful, is it? Bummy. Is Gumby better? I mean, at least it's three letters. Okay, so let's think about specifically mummy, muggy, muddy, dummy, gummy. The M third tells me about that MMY that I'm concerned about. And so the MMYs are mummy, gummy, and dummy. And so by doing Gumby, if this M is green, then I know I can try dummy and I can try mummy. So that seems reasonable. If the M is yellow, what would that mean? Muggy or muddy. So I'd have, and it wouldn't be, and then this G tells me if it's muggy or muddy, which is nice. Okay. I think Gumby works. Let's see what darn, Gumby's not accepted. So I think I'm going to have to do gummy instead or dummy. I don't know which one, but let's just go with gummy. Okay, this is probably the best possible result other than it being gummy. So I think it has to be muggy now. All right. I think I thought that through. I don't know. I was a little bit concerned with everything that was left there because I didn't get a whole lot of info from the early guesses. But I got it in 5, so that's nice. I think we're going to have casualties today. Before we do anything else, not everyone likes the analysis, so we're going to spin the Wordle wheel now to see what tomorrow's starting word will be. All right, Pearl, suggested by My Wild Joy. So if you'd like to follow along, start with Pearl tomorrow. That's a decent starter word. All right, so now we will check with the bot and see how we did today. So the answer was muggy. And we started with Spark, which was all gray. Okay, it's concerned about the Ollie trap, actually, which it wasn't. But I went with Clone, which isn't in the list. What was Clone's fail rate? Wow, Clone was 98.99%. It's concerned about Illy trap, Ound trap, Ollie trap. Okay. I mean, those traps are all nasty. I went with Witty because I was concerned about the Ite trap. There's a lot of traps, though, so I don't know which. Fight and Might. It's not concerned about it. It says just go right into it, which I thought maybe would be okay, but I wasn't convinced. So I went Witty to try to narrow that down. It's just Diddy would be good. Not necessarily Witty. Width is pretty interesting. I wanted that double T, though. All right. So Witty was a 97.87%. So all right. It might lose on the Uggy trap. Ooh, there's Huggy. Huggy's an answer? I didn't even consider that. I think Huggy was there. So that's at least one thing. Anyway, we'll see. It's suggesting just going for Muggy here. I went for Gummy, which is going to have a failure on something. Oh, I didn't. So there was something I didn't account for here. Might lose on Fudgy and Mummy. Ooh, I didn't think about the fudgy. But now it was only muggy, right? So with that yellow G, we were fine. But from here, there's 15 words. Buddy, buggy, buzzy, dummy, fudgy, fuzzy. Holy moly. Gummy, hubby. So the way to... So muggy was the way to go, apparently. Or pygmy. I wonder... Okay, so muggy is better because it kind of tells you where the G goes. Because we've got fudgy, we've got judgy, we've got muggy. So whether we have that double G and if we don't have the double G, whether it's fudgy or not, that's the issue. Yeah, that's why it says it would lose on fudgy, because if I did instead of muggy, I did gummy, and the problem with gummy is that it doesn't tell you whether you're fudgy or not, and that's the loss. That's the losing case. But this was really tight. There were only two words that guaranteed a win: muggy and pygmy. Okay. But anyway, I lucked out, thankfully. What would it have done from Spark? It would have done fillet. And now it's okay. We're down to 60 words. It goes bow. We're down to judgy and muggy only because we got that G there. So it might get it in 4 or 5. All right. From tails, well, this was even worse than I thought, and I thought it was bad. From tails, it's all gray, so we go crump. And then gumbo gets us the answer right away. With 7 words left, gumbo is the way to go. Hokum. All right, anyway. So it gets it in 4. So would any anagram of tails. We're going to do a DU next then. So with the U, it suggests court or slurp. We go court here. We then go gulps. It says throw away this gas so that you don't lose. And then it's going to go buggy. And then maybe huggy muggy. So it could get it in as in 6. It's still pretty dangerous. You got to be careful with your guesses here. From audio, it suggests gulps right away here. And then buggy, huggy, muggy. So it skips one of the steps because we know where the U is. That UI is really dangerous. Stare is a common starter. It's all gray. We go with bow if stare is all gray. And then fudgy and then muggy. Okay. Yeah. And then Trace tries to get in too. Doubtful it will. And it might lose on the ollie trap. We go pushy and then bulgy and then fudgy and then muggy. Yeah. Really hard to get to muggy. And then finally, place is what the official bot starts with. It's going to go snort, and then fudgy, and then buggy, huggy, muggy. So anywhere between 4 and 6. All right. Well, let's check with the official bot. I think I think we're going to have some casualties today. Let's see here. 87 skill, 29 luck. Wow. It says I was very unlucky. Yeah, 4.6 average steps is bad. So 191 people started with Spark, and the clone was the most common follow-up, followed by Flint, Thing, Cloud, Lined, Mouth, Blend, Melon, Found. Tilde is its suggestion, and no one does that. Or Tiled. What was the I'm actually not remembering the suggested follow-up. It was fillet. Oh, actually, any of these. Fillet, thine, faint, dunce, hinge, denim, field, nay. It doesn't really use my common letter strategy, so I don't know if anyone's going to come up with that. Flint. All right. Anyway, let's keep going. So, witty. Might would have been more efficient. A lot of people went with might after that. Clone. Yeah, so I was worried about the ite trap, but with only 4 of them left, maybe walking right into it was better than doing witty. But I thought that if it was the white trap, if it was the ite trap, I was focused a lot on it being the ite trap, and so I thought witty would get us there faster because it gets rid of white and tight at the same time. But it ended up not being the ite trap, so that failed me. because I ended up using a double letter. All right. Solid guess and a lucky one. All right. So it does place roust fudgy muggy. That fudgy is an important guess, it seems like. I need to remember fudgy for that case. All right. We got 0.2% people starting with muggy. Very lucky people. All right. Ooh, a 96.1% solve rate is pretty low. People losing on mummy, gummy, muddy, muffy, buggy, muzzy, mucky, huggy, yummy. Yep, I'm seeing a trend there. Ooh, yeah, I think I had eliminated yummy. Hadn't I? I don't remember. Had I yeah, it would have shown up in the bot. All right. Well, no, I don't see how I could have. No, I don't think I did eliminate yummy. So yummy must have been an option that I didn't think of at some point. Anyway, really nasty. This is one of those that might be good to remember which ones have been the answer before. Cool. Well, how'd you do? And that is it for Wordle. Hope you enjoyed it. There is a link at the end of the video to take you right to the New York Times games if you'd like to watch that. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.